Hello everyone and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful BNB spoilers reveal that Melissa Dillon's, Sydney Bullock, family is growing on the CBS soap opera. Multiple sources reveal that Kelly Sullivan has joined the program and will make her debut as Dillon's mother, Darcy Dillon, in the near future. Sullivan began filming on August 4th. And will make her first official appearance as Darcy on August 27th. Remy Price, Christian Weissman, was revealed as Dillon's cousin in recent months, but fans have wondered when her parents will appear. BNB is now adding Dillon's mother to the mix, which is certainly great news. Kelly Sullivan will be a familiar face to many soap fans, having previously played Kate Howard and her alter ego, Connie Falconeri, on General Hospital from 2011 to 2014. From there, Sullivan joined The Young and the Restless, where she played Sage Warner from 2014 to 2016. You may also recognize Sullivan from other film and television ventures, including The Morning Show, Dirty John, Chicago PD, The Winchesters, Never Have I Ever, and others. Sullivan appears to be an excellent candidate to play Dillon's mother, given her soap opera expertise and the talent she brings to the role. Katie Logan Spencer, Heather Tom, has been pursuing Dillon aggressively, so Darcy may exhibit her protective side when she visits town. Darcy and Katie may have a rivalry in the works, which might result in some entertaining drama following Sullivan's entrance. Darcy and Dillon, on the other hand, may have friction if she is a controlling mother who does not approve of some of her daughter's actions. Dillon and Darcy could clash depending on how this plot unfolds. Are you thrilled to witness Kelly Sullivan's new role as Darcy Dillon? Would you wish to visit Dillon's father in LA as well? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate that Dillon's life may become more problematic once Darcy arrives in Los Angeles, so stay tuned to the CBS drama. Kelly Sullivan, a veteran daytime actor, is returning to the soap opera industry with a huge new role on The Bold and Beautiful. The former General Hospital and Young and the Restless star has been cast as Darcy Dillon, the mother of Melissa Dillon, Sydney Bullock's increasingly central character. Sullivan began filming on August 4th and is set to make her on-screen debut on August 27th. She arrives in Los Angeles at a time when her daughter is intimately involved in the ongoing conflicts between the Forrester and Spencer families. This casting represents a significant broadening of Dillon's world. Since her introduction, the figure has remained somewhat mysterious. Viewers first saw her as a seemingly innocent preschool art teacher, who became an unwitting participant in Luna Nozawa's murderous plans. Dillon disappeared for a time after being held at gunpoint, and then accidentally striking and murdering Luna with her car while the fugitive escaped police, only to resurface with a larger emotional burden. She eventually confessed her role in Luna's death to Electra Forrester, revealing that she had been living in her car because she was too proud or protective of her family's reputation to accept how far she had fallen. Will Spencer and Electra took her in at the beach house and helped her find job at Forrester Creations. What started as gratitude quickly turned into difficult romantic sentiments for Will, causing conflict with Electra and drawing Dillon more into the complicated web of Forrester and Spencer ties. The recent discovery that Remy Price is her cousin added another layer of family connection, which has been both encouraging and unnerving considering Remy's own terrible past. Sydney Bullock has freely expressed her wish to understand more about the character's origins. In previous comments, she showed a desire to learn more about Dillon's background, why she makes the decisions she does, and what has influenced her personality. The arrival of Darcy Dillon directly responds to that cry. By introducing Dillon's mother into the plot, the writers are showing a desire to flesh out Dillon's biography rather than leaving her as a strange outsider whose past is mainly unknown. Whether the mother-daughter connection is warm and supportive or strained and contentious remains to be seen, but Darcy's very presence ensures that long-held secrets, unset expectations, and the truth of Dillon's problems in Los Angeles will no longer be disguised. Kelly Sullivan has significant soap experience and a recognized dramatic range to the role. From 2011 to 2014, she played Kate Howard, a sophisticated fashion magazine editor with a darker, more volatile alter ego known as Connie Falconeri. The dual identity scenario allowed Sullivan to experiment with different aspects of his personality, ranging from polished professionalism to raw, street-smart ferocity. Her performance garnered her a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in 2014. Shortly after leaving Port Charles, she joined The Young and the Restless as Sage Warner, a complex young woman who is involved with both Adam and Nick Newman. Sage's plot featured romance, treachery, the birth of Christian Newman, and a tragic tragedy that left an indelible impression on the Newman family. Sullivan received another Emmy nomination for the role in 2017. Those experiences have prepared her well for the type of layered parental role that Daytime typically requires. Someone who can be fiercely protective while still having complicated personal problems. Aside from soaps, Sullivan has consistently worked in primetime and streaming. Her credits include appearances on The Morning Show, Never Have I Ever, The Winchesters, Chicago PD, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and the short-lived Tyler Perry series Too Close to Home. She will also appear in the upcoming film Ethan Almighty, Ethan's Law, which stars Kelsey Grammer, Brandon Routh, and Trevor Donovan. Her combination of daytime intensity and extensive television expertise presents her as a valuable addition to the bold and the beautiful cast. The timing of Darcy's entrance seemed planned. Dylan has progressed from a peripheral art teacher to someone whose decisions touch many established families. She has developed affections for Will Spencer, although he is still emotionally attached to Elektra. She has received assistance from the very people whose lives she has complicated. Her cousin, who has a criminal record, lives nearby, and she has kept the entire extent of her struggles from her own mother. Introducing Darcy now allows the show to investigate the ramifications of such secrecy. Will Darcy appear as a caring parent ready to help her daughter, or as someone whose own expectations and judgments add to the stress? Will she confront the Spencers and Forresters who have taken Dylan in, or will she forge surprising alliances? These questions provide fertile fodder for drama that isn't entirely based on the existing romantic triangle. Casting a mother for a new character has far-reaching ramifications for the show's future ambitions. Soap operas invest in family ties to keep a character around. Introducing parents, siblings, or extended relatives frequently indicates that the writer sees ongoing plot possibilities rather than a short-term arc. Dylan's transition from guest player to contract player, the entrance of her cousin Remy, and the arrival of her mother all indicate that the creative team sees her as more than just a temporary catalyst. She is being given roots, history, and a personal network that can cause conflict and emotional depth apart from her romantic relationships. Viewers have already seen differences in how Dylan is handled. Katie Logan recently referred to her by her given name, Melissa, rather than the more casual Dylan or Miss Dylan. Darcy's presence may help to normalize that fuller identity by reminding both the character and the audience that she had a life and a name before she became involved with the Forresters and Spencers. The contrast between the polished, ambitious society she has entered and the family history she left behind, or attempted to conceal, could become a major cause of conflict. Sullivan's history of presenting women with dual natures or complicated emotional lives suggests exciting possibilities for Darcy. On General Hospital, Kate and Connie portrayed two sides of the same person, sophisticated and rough. On The Young and the Restless, Sage handled love, duplicity, and maternal instinct under severe circumstances. Darcy may not share those characteristics, but Sullivan's ability to communicate both tenderness and strength implies she can play a mother who is neither entirely supportive nor completely adversarial. She may arrive with good intentions that clash with Dylan's current reality, resulting in the realistic family conflict that soap operas excel at capturing. The larger picture of the bold and the beautiful has traditionally thrived on intergenerational and inter-family turmoil. The Forresters, Logans, and Spencers have spent decades negotiating love, competition, and power. Introducing a new maternal figure who is not yet constrained by pre-existing bonds opens up new storytelling possibilities. Darcy may become Dylan's confidant, a thorn in the side of the established families, or perhaps a romantic interest for one of the available males on the canvas. Early fan conjecture has begun to imagine probable links, but the writers have so far kept her purpose centered on the mother-daughter relationship. For Sydney Bullock, The inclusion of a scene partner with Sullivan's experience opens up additional acting chances. Playing opposing a parent allows an actor to explore a variety of emotional registers, including defensiveness, longing, guilt, independence, and the complex mix of love and resentment that characterizes many mature parent-child relationships. Bullock has already shown range as Dylan transitioned from a soft-spoken instructor to someone with secrets and romantic ambitions. Working with Sullivan should help to develop that portrayal. The decision to cast an established soap veteran rather than an unknown has practical implications. Long-time daytime viewers will recognize Sullivan, who has worked on both General Hospital and The Young and the Restless. This familiarity can help audiences rapidly connect with a new character. At the same time, her time away from soap operas means she is not bound by current plots, allowing her to establish her own personality on Bold and the Beautiful. As August 27th approaches, curiosity grows over how Darcy will initially emerge and what her initial interactions with Dylan will reveal. Will their reunion be warm and heartfelt, or will it quickly reveal the distance that has built between them? Will Darcy discover the truth about her daughter's homeless status, her role in Luna's death, and her tangled feelings for Will? How will she handle the wealth and power of the families that have taken Dylan in? These questions are likely to drive the first few weeks of her story. In light of the show's present course, the casting appears to be a vote of confidence in the younger generation of characters. Will Spencer, Electra Forrester, R.J. Forrester, and Dylan herself represent the next wave of story on a canvas still dominated by long-standing characters? Giving Dylan a mother reinforces her standing within that group and opens up possibilities for multigenerational storytelling, which has always been a staple of the series. Kelly Sullivan's return to daylight after nearly a decade away is good news for fans who enjoyed her previous performances. Her ability to strike a balance between power and vulnerability, refinement and grit, should be beneficial to Darcy Dillon's character. For Sydney Bullock and the writers, the arrival of a mother figure fills a gap in Dylan's family history, transforming him from an intriguing newcomer into a fully dimensional character with a past, a conflicted present, and a future that the show appears ready to explore in depth. Darcy Dillon's appearance on screen later this month will not only offer a fresh face, but also provide a greater insight of a young woman whose journey has only just begun. Kelly Sullivan, a veteran soap actor, is making her way to Los Angeles and the realm of Forrester Creations to play Darcy Dillon on The Bold and Beautiful. The casting signifies a substantial development of the tale around Melissa Dillon, a fascinating young woman played by Sydney Bullock, who has rapidly become one of the show's most talked-about new characters. Sullivan began filming on August 4th and is set to make her movie debut on August 27th. Sullivan has an outstanding daylight pedigree. She gained to notoriety on General Hospital, where she played both Kate Howard and her fiery alter ego, Connie Falconeri, from 2011 to 2014. The character was a fashion magazine editor with deep roots in Bensonhurst and a convoluted romantic relationship with Sonny Corinthos. Sullivan's performance garnered her a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series in 2014. Shortly after leaving Port Charles, she relocated to Genoa City and The Young and the Restless, where she played Sage Warner from 2014 and 2016. Sage's eventful story included romances with Adam and Nick Newman, as well as the birth of Christian Newman. That performance also earned Sullivan a second Emmy nomination, this time for 2017. Aside from soap operas, she has had a diverse career, including the lead role of Bonnie Hayes in Tyler Perry's Too Close to Home, recurring appearances on Never Have I Ever, The Morning Show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and The Winchesters, as well as film work opposite Denzel Washington in Roman J. Israel, ESQ, and an upcoming project with Kelsey Grammer. Her appearance as Darcy Dillon occurs at a critical juncture for her on-screen daughter. Dillon was debuted in 2025 as Hayes Finnegan's preschool art instructor. What started out as a seemingly innocent supporting role quickly turned sour when Luna Nozawa held her at gunpoint and used her as bait to lure Steffi Forrester into a trap. Dillon later admitted that she was the driver of the vehicle that hit and killed Luna as he fled police. The tragedy of that night, combined with the news that she had been living in her car and was effectively homeless, drew her closer into the orbit of Electra Forrester and Will Spencer. They assisted her in finding temporary housing at Will's beach house as well as a job at Forrester Creations. Dylan had true love for Will while remaining involved with Elektra, resulting in a tumultuous emotional triangle that has tested friendships and family loyalties in both the Forrester and Spencer houses. The characters' familial links have only become more intriguing. It was discovered in the spring of 2026 that Remy Price, the unstable young man who earlier made deepfake images of Elektra and held her captive, is Dylan's cousin. Dylan was horrified by this finding, which pushed her to confront the darkest aspects of her own family history. Until today, information regarding her history was scarce. She had been cautious not to reveal how terrible her situation had become to the individuals she had left behind, and she rarely mentioned her parents. The launch of Darcy represents a significant chance to fill in those gaps. According to accounts, Darcy visits Los Angeles particularly to see her kid. The actual reason for the visit has not been revealed, but the timing is significant. Dylan is currently dealing with intense interpersonal drama. She still has feelings for Will while he tries to rebuild his relationship with Elektra. She works at Forrester Creations, a company with competing agendas, and she is still dealing with the aftermath of Luna's death and her cousin's criminal behavior. A mother who may or may not agree with her daughter's decisions may provide much-needed support or become a cause of strife. Fans have previously speculated that Darcy could become protective, judgmental, or perhaps romantically involved with one of the available Spencer males. Whatever course the writers take, the mother-daughter interaction is expected to expose fresh aspects of Dylan's personality and past. Sydney Bullock has publicly voiced her interest for precisely this type of exploration. In a prior interview, she stated that she would like to discover more about Dylan's background, why she makes the decisions she does, and what created the person she portrays on screen. "She's a big mystery," Bullock remarked, "so I feel like there's a lot to uncover." Sullivan's casting clearly addresses this requirement. By casting a seasoned performer with proven dramatic range as the mother, the program implies that Dylan will be treated as a long-term character rather than a momentary catalyst for other people's tales. The choice also follows a larger pattern on The Bold and the Beautiful. The series is progressively investing in its younger audience. Will Spencer, Elektra Forrester, R.J. Forrester, and Dylan are a core group whose romantic and professional desires fuel most of the daily drama. Dylan's family tree is strengthened by the addition of a cousin and a mother, which solidifies her place on the painting. It allows for multi-generational narrative, which has historically defined the show's most successful arcs, ranging from the Logan sisters to the multiple Forrester and Spencer progeny. Sullivan's own experiences with challenging maternal and dual identity roles may be useful. On General Hospital, she balanced Kate's sophisticated professional life with Connie's rough, streetwise persona. On The Young and the Restless, she played a woman whose previous mistakes haunted her and put her maternal instincts to the test in dramatic fashion. Those experiences indicate that she will bring both power and vulnerability to Darcy, whether the character appears as a strong protector or a figure holding her own secrets and regrets. On August 27th, viewers will first meet Darcy. In the following weeks, the program has continued to increase the pressure on Dylan. Katie Logan has already started addressing her by her given name, Melissa, as a subtle but effective reminder that those around her are taking a closer look at who she truly is. The Forrester-Spencer animosity shows no signs of easing. Will and Elektra's relationship remains strained. Remy's influence remains palpable. Into that tense situation walks a mother who has been mainly absent from her daughter's recent troubles. The reunion is unlikely to be straightforward. For long-standing soap opera lovers, Sullivan's return to daytime has special meaning. After a few years of focusing on primetime and streaming projects, she is returning to the genre that made her a household name with daytime fans. The Bold and the Beautiful has a history of successfully merging experienced soap opera actors into new parts, allowing them to provide both familiarity and new vitality. Sullivan's presence should improve the scenes she spends with Bullock, resulting in a rich mother-daughter interaction that can carry the plot for months or perhaps years. The casting also highlights Dylan's rapid climb in importance. In less than 2 years, She has progressed from an occasional preschool instructor to a contract player with a complicated romantic life, a criminal secret, a troubled relative, and a new mother in town. That trajectory is unusual and deliberate. Producers rarely spend so significantly in a character's family unless they intend to keep her around. Darcy's entrance is thus more than just a guest appearance intended to provide transitory exposition. It is an invitation for the viewer to better understand Dylan and, as a result, care more profoundly about what happens to her next. As August 27th approaches, the conjecture will continue. Will Darcy approve of her daughter's relationship with the Spencers and Forresters? Will she learn about the vehicle tragedy that killed Luna? Does she exhibit any of the darker characteristics that appear to run in the family through Remy? Will her coming push Dylan to confront the fact that she has been concealing aspects of her life from those she loves? These questions remain open. What is known is that Kelly Sullivan's talent and experience make her an excellent choice to assist with the answers. The mother-daughter reunion on The Bold and the Beautiful promises to bring the emotional complexity that keeps daytime fans coming back.